Well, it's a bittersweet day. We got Mac Miller's last album called Circles, or at least it's his first album since his passing. It's available on all the streaming platforms. If you haven't listened to it, you definitely should. It's fantastic. It's got lots of good tracks. Surf was the one that, I don't know, it just kind of felt good to me. I really connected with it, and so I thought, this would be a great one to cover on the ukulele and put a tutorial out so other people could cover it, because Mac Miller was, really all about just sharing music and sharing the message and just kind of like, connecting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Surf. Where are you going? And can I come too? The whole world is open, a playground for me and you. And we could be fine. Who even knows? It's your eyes and your ears and your mouth and your nose, head and your shoulders, your knees and your toes. And I dream of this moment. All right, so the first thing we need to address is that this song is played with a capo. Now, you can, if you don't have a capo, you can also tune your strings up 1/2 step each, so 1 semitone each, to make this easier to play. You can also play it in its natural version, but the chords are a lot more difficult that way, so I would suggest either tuning up or putting a capo on your first fret. These are the 4 chords that you need to know. If you already know them, you can skip ahead to the strum pattern part. If you need to get a refresher on them or learn them for the first time, that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so the first chord is C minor. You're going to take I like to use my middle finger for this. So you're going to take your middle finger or index finger, whichever feels more comfortable, and you are going to fret your C, E, and A string on the 3rd fret. And that's C minor. The next chord that you need to know is F minor. So you're going to take your index finger and fret your G string on the 1st fret, your middle finger, fret your E string on the 1st fret, and your pinky finger frets your A string on the 3rd fret. And that's F minor. The next chord that you need to know is B flat. So you are going to bar you're going to bar all 4 strings on your 1st fret. You're going to take your middle finger and fret your C string 2nd fret, your ring finger and fret your G string 3rd fret. And if you have trouble barring chords, one of the things that you can do is make sure your thumb is sort of lined up on the back of your ukulele with the finger that you're barring with, and that gives you just a little more pressure. But don't over squeeze it, because then you'll get tired. Just make sure you're getting enough pressure to get all the strings to sound. And if it's difficult for you at first, you do have to build up that muscle a little bit. So don't get discouraged. Just keep practicing it, and you'll get there. And then throw those other 2 strings on there. All right, and then the last chord we need to know is an E flat. What you're going to do is you're going to take your middle finger and fret your C string on the 3rd fret. You're going to take your ring finger and fret your E string on the 3rd fret, and you're going to take your index finger and fret your A string on the 1st fret. So all together you got C minor, F minor, B flat, E flat. And that's all the chords you need to know for this song. I do have an example video. It's listed in the description below. It's me playing through the entire song. If you need sort of a reference point to go back and watch or something to play along with. I also included a little clip of it at the beginning of this video so you could see what it's going to sound like when you get it learned. Okay, so the strum pattern that you'll see in the video is part of it's like a pluck strum. Okay, so you're always going to pluck your C string and then strum all your strings. Okay. And then you go to F minor, you're going to pluck your C, and then strum. And then pluck on B flat, same thing, C string, strum. E flat, same thing, C string, strum. So it's just like that, all the way through. You can play the whole song like that. You don't have to change it at all. You can play the chorus, the verses, all of it just like that. Or you can do what I do, which I like to change up the energy just a little bit. So I'm just doing down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. And notice that the third down is accented. That's what's keeping the beat sort of driving. And then the down ups are really for chord changes, so they're kind of chunks. So down, down, down up, accent. Okay, you can play it either way. That's the beautiful part about music is you can really, it's a lot of it's up for interpretation. Play it the way that feels good to you. As long as you're playing the same chords and singing roughly the same melody, then you're good to go. So you're gonna play the first verse, the chorus, the second verse, and the chorus, and then that's it for this song. So it's fairly simple. You got 4 chords. It's the same progression all the way through. There's no switching it up. And then you can either just do the pluck strum pattern the whole way through, or you can mix it up however you want. So that's Surf, 4 chords and a simple progression and a strum pattern, and you're good to go. You just got to practice it, learn the lyrics, and you're ready to rock. Let's just take a moment to give it up to Mac Miller. It was so sad what happened. You know, it's always tough when an artist gets their career cut short, and he inspired a lot of people from all walks of life, and we just need to take a second to thank him again for this terrific album. Make sure you subscribe and all that good jazz so that you can catch these dudes.